Welcome back to the Posh Foundation Champions League Challenge, and today I'm bringing you two games, Burnley and Cardiff. We've got Burnley in the Championship, Cardiff in the FA Cup third round, and it has been interesting since we last checked in, really. I believe it was the Portsmouth and Wigan game. As you can see, I've played quite a few since then. It was the Portsmouth-Wigan game. Since then, I've played a whole host of games away from camera, and it's been pretty good. We've only lost one game in the entirety of those fixtures, Bournemouth being that one. Bournemouth are a really good team. I think they're still top of the league. And two, Mika Bieref got sent off after 20 minutes, which didn't help our cause. But just to go through the results, since the Pompey and Wigan game, we beat Middlesbrough 3-2, Reading 6-0 away from home. That was just an insane game. I think we were 4 or 5-0 up at halftime. QPR 2-1. I don't know what it is with Welsh teams. We drew against both of them. 3-3 against Cardiff, 2-2 against Swansea, 4-1 against Millwall away. That was a really good result. 1-1 against Bristol, 1-1 against Huddersfield, 5-3 Preston. That was a bit of a mad game. 2-0 Stoke, 2-0 Wigan, 1-0 Bristol, and just coming off the back of a 0-0 draw away against Barnsley. Now, a few draws in there. It's been difficult. As you can see, we played 7 games in December. So real congestion of fixtures. So we've had to sort of adapt the team and swap it to manage those, as well as having injuries still to the likes of Hino. Young's been injured a little bit. I think Henderson had... Oh, my my voice is going, by the way. Henderson had an injury. I believe Dembele was injured for a little bit of time. So it's been difficult. But as you can see, the results have been good, and our league position is even better. Second place, we're on 55 points. Currently level with Sheffield. We do have the head-to-head advantage over them, of course. But the most important thing is we are now 13 points clear of 7th place. This is, I think, and I don't want to jinx it, but I think this is the biggest gap we've had between us and falling out of any playoff positions. And on top of that, I think potentially this is the first time we're going to enter, the first time we have entered the new year in a top 2 position. Now, of course, historically, we do tend to fall off a little bit. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I've not seen any signs of it yet. If it were to happen, it's usually in December. It's usually in November, December, when the fixtures pile up and the injuries come thick and fast. We've managed to navigate through that, which shows our quality in depth. This game against Burnley will be quite telling. Burnley currently sitting in 8th. Now, they're a team who I thought they were going to go straight back up. I kept saying it. I think I said it for about 3-4 videos in a row. They were in like the top 2-3. They have just fallen off massively. And if we can beat them here, we will be 18 points clear of them, which I think is pretty big. And then, of course, we've got our FA Cup fixture against Cardiff coming up in the third round. It should be a good one. We had a very good FA Cup last year, got all the way to the quarterfinals, where we were unfortunately dumped out by Arsenal after taking them to a replay, has to be said. Maybe we can better that this year. We'll have to wait and see. So this is the team I'm going with against Burnley. Not many changes, and no real forced changes aside from maybe Matisse starting. Cogbo still in need of fitness. Now, this is something that Now, I have to be careful how I explain this. I'm not thinking of selling him. There are clubs interested, and we have to remember that we paid very, very little for him. And he's currently valued at anywhere between £7.5 to £9 million. We could potentially get double figures for him, which would be the highest transfer fee we have ever received. But for those of you that have been watching the series since episode 1, you'll be looking at me right now and going, what are you talking about? Why would you sell Cogbo? he's scored the most goals for you, and he has. He's an amazing goal scorer. The thing that frustrates me is his stamina is 12. You know, he'll play like 3 or 4 games, and then I get an email saying he needs a rest. And as you can see, he is on rest. Now we are gonna in January. It's January. We're gonna look at trying to bring in a striker. I've got my scouts set up, trying to find a striker to probably bring in on loan. Because it is the Africa Cup of Nations, we are going to be losing Cargbo. He's going to go and play for Sierra Leone, which is great for him. And with Hino still injured following his, was it a leg break? Yeah, following his leg break. He's going to be out for another 2 months. So we've only got 2 proper strikers. Dembele can play there, Jones can play there, of course. But I feel like we just need one more recognised striker just to be safe. And we are off, and it's our first highlight, and it comes from a roll down throw in, but Burnley have 1 possession, only to lose it to us again. I must say, defensively, we've been pretty solid this season, a lot better than last year. Now, if you remember last year, as Matisse is in, hang on, hold that thought, Jones, Winamota, Dembele, Matisse, Roldan, lovely, really well worked. I mean, that is a great goal. That is a fantastic goal. 4.5 minutes in, a really, really nice team goal. Great overlapping run by Roldan. And it's Biereth who puts it in the back of the net. He's had a really good season, Biereth. Really good season. I'm not sure if we'll be able to keep him permanently. Maybe we try and loan him again. But he's been superb. Really, really good. Just going back to the thought I had earlier. What was that thought? What was I talking about? For God's sake. I'll get back to you. Got another corner. Vinamota whips it in. Biereth with the header, and it's in. And it's Billy Cometio. He's actually tapped it in at the back post. I tell you what, our corner routines have been working an absolute dream this season. We've got the players instructed, so we've got one sort of attacking the near post, one attacking the far post, and the corner taker is instructed to whip it in towards the near post. And more often than not, if the player at the near post doesn't score, they'll flick it on and the player at the back post will score, like we've just seen. So really, really good stuff. 2-0 up, 17 minutes played, could be 3. Jones, Matisse, it's 3-0. Stefan Matisse, we are smashing Burnley. I love it. What I was going to say earlier, I've remembered. I've not changed the way that I've been playing Football Manager, as Cochrane picks up a knock. I've been taking a slightly different approach to match days. Not actually shouting that much. Now, I had a period of time where I thought the shouts were really helping the team. Now, not so much. Lozano on. Yeah, very rarely will I shout. In this situation, there's no need. With 3-0 up, nothing I say is going to improve the game. It can only negatively affect it. That's the way I see it. And as we know, half the shouts, no matter when, or from what I found, they don't work. They just annoy your team, annoy your players, and then you're going to be struggling. The times I will change it is when I see their morale dip. When I start seeing those angry faces, that's when I might encourage or demand more. If we're leading and all of a sudden I see maybe complacent faces, then I'll praise them or encourage. But other than that, I've not been doing it too much. And then when it comes to changes, I've really been thinking about what changes I need to make. So for example, now we're 3-0 up. It may be in the second half. I want to shut up shop. And it will be out of possession that I look at to change that. Maybe one more highlight to finish the half. Burnley on the ball. They've not really created anything. There's certainly been no highlights to suggest that they've come close to scoring. That could change with this one. Let's see. We're pressing quite well, forcing them to move that ball. Oof, I thought we were going to nick it then. It did look like Jones might nick that. eventually we have come out of the ball. Jones is on a booking. Need to just be careful with that. Lozano. Rinomhota, by the way. Wow. He's been awesome. Dembele. Oh, he could have got closer. Could have travelled a little bit closer to the goal. It's a bit of a snapshot. Doumbia is struggling. I think we'll take him off at halftime. Bring on Rosita, which annoyingly leaves us with one sub for the remainder of the game. We're going to have to try and manage that because I think we've got a midweek game as well. But 3-0 up. We've created loads. I'm happy. Let's get Rosita on for Doumbia. And then here, so this is what I'm talking about. And now, I'm going to drop the defensive line. I'm going to drop that. Don't need to press as much. Don't need to prevent short goalkeeper distribution. In transition, we will just regroup. We'll regroup. And that's all I'm going to change for now. Not defensive, but just a little bit more cautious without actually changing the tactics too much. Because I feel like a lot of people, they'll feel the temptation to just go, right, I'm 3-0 up, bang, ultra defensive. And then it comes to the end of the game and they're like, well, we lost 4-3. It's because you change your tactics too much. Like, radically changing your tactics does not work on this game. Only when you're like in desperate need of a last minute goal. Then, of course, you want to chuck everything forwards. You might chuck 4 players forwards. You might do all that stuff. But defensively, in a game like this where they've had nothing, no shots on target, I don't want to change too much. It's going well. Now the tiredness is beginning to set. Ricky J. Jones is looking tired. I'm going to get Martin on, if it lets me. Martin. Martin's been out injured. Let's get him on as an inverted winger. And we'll just drop him onto support as well. Again, not changing too much. We've got just under half an hour left of the game. Just looking to see it out. Free kick for Burnley. Into the box it goes towards White, who headers it straight into the hands of Burgoyne. It's been very nice this year having 2 pretty good keepers. Burgoyne's been really good as our number 1. And again, O'Reilly's come in and played in midweek games and cup games as our number 2. Still very young. It's another goal. 4-0. Mika Biereth. Where were all these goals last year, mate? I was losing my mind at times last season. Very nearly didn't sign him back on loan, but I'm glad I did. Well, time is dwindling. 2 minutes of added time. And so happy with this performance. 4-0 against Burnley. Never start of the season, I would never have even imagined that could happen. But there we go. 4-0. We are, let's just double check. When we look at the table, I think we're 18 points or maybe 15 points clear of 7th place. Let's have a look. 15 points clear of Stoke, 15 points clear of Norwich. They do have a game in hand though. Still 7 points behind Bournemouth. Again, they've got a game in hand. Level on points with Sheffield. 7 clear of Swansea, which is good, who actually lost to Derby. So pretty good result there for Derby. Both Bournemouth and Sheffield United won. But we can't focus on them. We just got to focus on ourselves. Next up is the FA Cup. Oh, Alex Cochrane is out for 6 weeks. Nice. Well, it's our first bit of business in the January transfer window, and Cameron Humphreys has completed a move to Portsmouth. Just wasn't really playing for us. He's made 12 appearances this season. Not really good enough. How much did I sign him for? Signed for 500, sold for 600 grand. We made a little bit of a profit, nothing crazy, but it frees us up with a little bit of budget now to potentially bring in another signing, whether it's a centre back. I think it probably will be a centre back, maybe a striker. But again, I'm looking for a lone striker more than a permanent one. But let's see. All right, time for the FA Cup, and this is how we are lining up. Well, that rhymed. Well, that wasn't intentional, but it did. We've gone for O'Reilly in goal. Lozano comes in at centre-back after kicking up a fuss about not starting enough games. Young comes in at left-back for the injured Cochrane. Jenks, again, another one, having an absolute hissy fit. And Matisse keeps his place up top. Oh, just noticed we've got a space on the sub-bench. In that case, we'll put... Henderson on the bench. There we go. I wonder what he did then. Put Henderson on the bench. Let's get into it. Here we go in the FA Cup, and we've got a corner straight away in the first couple of minutes. And it looks like Cardiff might be able to launch a counter-attack with this. They've gone back to their keeper, who goes long, only finds a header roll down, and Dembele, now on the right-hand side, taking on his man, gets the ball into the box, it's palmed away, and Matisse is there to pounce and scores his 7th goal of the season. Great start from us. It would be just amazing if we could put together another cup run after the success we had last season. Hopefully we don't come up against Arsenal this time and we get someone different in the cup. It's another highlight for us by the looks of it. Roldan and Rinomhota combining. Jenks forwards for Jones. Good first touch. Finds Roldan into the box. Forced out wide, but finds Dembele, who then finds Matisse, turns his man. Oh, where's he going? He's fouled. He's not fouled, it's a good tackle. And at Cardiff come away with the ball. This is a long old highlight. You'd like to think there's a goal at the end of it. Jones, forwards, shoots from range. That was it. Well, as we approach half-time, there's not a great deal that's happened after that first goal. It's been pretty quiet. Maybe a good thing, because Cardiff have not created anything. They've had one shot on target. We've had 2, but we've made it count. There we go, half-time. Don't really have anything to change. I'm just going to say the same thing I said at the start. We've got a new assistant manager, by the way, Damani Wise. Our old assistant manager went to Blackburn. As assistant manager, why would you leave? Oh, shocking. We have a highlight, finally. Finally got a highlight. Jenks plays it back to Meteo. Out wide for Young. Jones isn't able to get the ball forward, so has to go back to Young. Where do we go from here? Matisse has dropped a little bit deeper to come and collect that ball, but again, unable to create those pockets of space for other players. Jones might take maybe a little bit of flair for one of our players just to beat a man and remove him from the equation. Still passing that ball around between the 3 of them. Eventually we've found a ball out wide for Dembele, and now we can create something as he surges forwards. Back to Roldan, back to Dembele. This is lovely. Biereth, what a goal that is. Dembele and Roldan, complete credit to them. A really, really well worked goal. And we are 2-0 up. We are cruising, not in any danger. I think we're going to the 4th round of the FA Cup. The draw will be at the end as well. Okay, highlight, and it's Cardiff throw-in. Surely, I'm not going to say it. We're 2-0 up and cruising. And we have won that header, but we're giving it straight back to them. And Cottam somehow retains possession, plays it to and Scully now. McCormick into the box. Cottam, and they've got a goal back. I'm a little bit concerned. We've brought on Josh Martin and our youngster Sergei Sol. 15 minutes left to play. We've been all over them. If we don't win this game, I'll be greatly disappointed. We're going to drop everything back. Not going to do that. We're going to regroup, and we're going to sometimes time waste, lower the tempo just slightly. And I'm also going to bring on... Did I get Doumbia on? Jones is looking tired. I think we'll go Sal can't play on the left-hand side? What? Okay, he's going to have to stay there. We will bring on... We'll bring on Dumbia for Jenks. Just to add a pair of fresh legs to that quite important part of our team. 7 minutes left to play, 2-1. Surely not. See, Arsenal, our cup rivals, are beating Aston Villa, so no doubt we'll get drawn against them in the 4th round. You heard it here first. Just know it's going to happen. 5 minutes of stoppage time, that's outrageous. Roldan throws it into Beereth. Back to Roldan. Ball forwards for Sergei Sal. Doesn't find him. And now Cardiff with an opportunity to launch the ball forwards, which they do. Curtis looking over the top for Bowler. Into the box it goes. Cometto clears it as far as Jones. And now Jones looking for Sergei Sal. It's a really bad pass. And he gives Cardiff an opportunity to come straight back at us, which they do. And it's a great save from O'Reilly. Oh my word. This lad is incredible. It's a really, really good save from O'Reilly. Ball comes in, cleared away by Jones. 3 minutes left of stoppage time. Again, no changes necessary. Surely this is it. There it is, full time. And it's a great save from O'Reilly to deny Cardiff from getting that equaliser. And we are through to the next round. Question is, who are we going to get? Let's try and do the FA Cup draw before I sign off. Oh, we didn't check if there's any issues. And Harrison Burrows is annoyed. Give me a second. And here we go. Now we've dealt with Burrows. The FA Cup 4th round draw. Let's see who we get. Forest will play Preston. Pompeo out. Okay, so United have gone. United have got Brentford. Chelsea have got Arsenal. That's a big fixture. Brighton, Fulham. Okay, we get Barnsley or Middlesbrough. Happy with that. For a second there, I thought Liverpool and City were going to get drawn against each other. A good draw for us. We get Middlesbrough or Barnsley, both of whom... I mean, Middlesbrough are having a good season. Barnsley, not so much. Both very much beatable, I'd say. Let's see. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again soon with another episode.